What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, April 17th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Avengers Infinity War will feature Fargo alum Carrie Coon. The 37-year-old actress confirmed Monday on Twitter that she will portray the villain Proxima Midnight in the forthcoming Marvel film. Coon wrote, "It's true, my voice and a dazzle of gifted animators have teamed up to play Proxima Midnight." She jokingly added, "To be fair, my face is in there somewhere. Hashtag mocap while pregnant. Hashtag Avengers Infinity War." Avengers Infinity War directors Anthony and Joe Russo had shared the news in an interview with Radio Times. Joe said Carrie Coon is Proxima Midnight. You may know her from Season 3 of Fargo or The Leftovers. In the Marvel Comics, Proxima Midnight is a member of the Black Order, a team of aliens who work for the Titan Thanos. Josh Brolin will portray Thanos in the new movie. Avengers Infinity War opens in theaters April 27th. The movie co-stars Brolin, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Benedict Cumberbatch. Coon plays Gloria Bungle in Fargo Season 3 and Nora Durst on The Leftovers. She will star in the film's Kin with James Franco and Dennis Quaid, and Widows with Viola Davis and Elizabeth Debicki. Vampire Diaries alum Ian Somerhalder is set to star in Netflix's upcoming television adaptation of IDW's best-selling novel V-Wars from author Jonathan Mayberry. Netflix has handed out a 10-episode straight-to-series order for V-Wars, the Hollywood Reporter noted. Somerhalder will play Dr. Luther Swan in the series, who enters into a world of horror when his best friend Michael Fane transforms into a vampire after contracting a mysterious disease. The world is then thrown into a vampire war as the disease spreads, with Swan racing against time to understand what is happening while Fane becomes a vampire leader. Somerhalder will also be directing episodes of the series, with Brad Turner directing the pilot episode and executive producing. William Lauren and Glenn Davis are serving as showrunners. IDW Entertainment President David Oizer said in a statement, "We could not have dreamt of a better choice than Ian Somerhalder to bring his keen understanding of this genre from his years of starring in The Vampire Diaries to lead the cast of V-Wars as Dr. Luther Swan and to be a creative force of the series as well as to serve as the director for this season." He also added, "We are thrilled to partner with Netflix to bring the multifaceted world that Jonathan Mayberry created to audiences worldwide." Hulu announced Sunday it has ordered an 11-episode second season of I Love You America starring comedian Sarah Silverman. Season 2 is to begin streaming on September 6th. A news release states this season of the hit variety series will return just in time for some seriously funny conversations about the midterm elections. Silverman said in a statement, "I'm fundamentally changed with each episode, each interview, each encounter. By the end of this, I will likely be a butterfly or a really colorful moth." Prince Harry honored grandmother Queen Elizabeth II and fiancée Meghan Markle in a speech Monday. The 33-year-old British royal gave a shout-out to the women while attending the opening of the Commonwealth Youth Forum in London. Harry was appointed Commonwealth Youth Ambassador the same day. The prince said before referencing a speech Elizabeth made on her 21st birthday, "I'm particularly honored to be speaking to a room of inspiring young leaders in my first speech as the Queen's Commonwealth Ambassador." He recounted with an eye of the future and an already unflinching sense of duty, she made a commitment. She said that whether her life be long or short, it will be dedicated to the people of the Commonwealth. Harry pledged to hear young people's, quote, ideas, concerns, thoughts, and hopes, and said Markle shares his commitment. He says, "I'm also incredibly grateful to the woman I'm about to marry. Meghan will be joining me in this work, of which she too is hugely excited to take part in." Harry was joined by British Prime Minister Theresa May and youth leaders at the event. The forum theme was Powering Our Common Future, which reflects the 2018 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting theme of Towards Common Future. Kensington Palace captioned photos on Twitter. Prince Harry and the Prime Minister Theresa May meet members of the Commonwealth Youth Council and Youth Task Force to hear about the issues young people want championed during #CHOGM18. Harry and Markle will tie the knot May 19th at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. The couple have asked well-wishers to donate their charities of choice instead of sending wedding gifts. Donald Glover will host an upcoming episode of Saturday Night Live on May 5th and will also appear as the musical guest under his rap persona Childish Gambino. Glover was announced as the host and musical guest on Saturday as stand-up comedian John Mulaney hosted the sketch comedy show with musical guest Jack White. The official Twitter account on SNL said, "Mark your calendars May 5th alongside a photo of Glover and Gambino's name being posted onto a wall." Glover will be starring as Lando Calrissian in Solo: Star Wars Story, which hits theaters on May 25th. The actor recently said that being a fan of Star Wars has helped him portray the iconic character who was first brought to life on screen by Billy D. Williams. He says you tend to do a better job of things when you're a fan. You have standards a little bit, like you just know what you would hate. The 34-year-old is also set to embark on a North American Childish Gambino tour that begins in September in support of his third studio album, Awaken My Love. The album, released in 2016, featured the hit single Redbone. Chrissy Teigen celebrated daughter Luna's birthday in style. The 32-year-old model and husband, John Legend, put together a Sesame Street-themed party for the toddler's second birthday Saturday. Teigen shared photos and videos on Instagram and Instagram stories from the adorable event, including a picture of Luna's birthday cake, which featured Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and Elmo. She captioned the snapshot, "Thank you at Duff's Cakes Miss and Tatiana Sacona for helping us make this amazing cake for Luna. Okay, so you did most of the work, but those eyes and half of the cookies full is all John and I." The lip-sync battle host also posted a clip of Luna in her birthday dress. She wrote, "Thank you at Pampers Pure for helping celebrate our big girl's second birthday. Luna's rocking her llama diapers under the birthday suit." Luna was all smiles in the video in August while watching Legend's appearance on Sesame Street. The 39-year-old singer visited the beloved children's show in December 2016. Teigen captioned the clip, "When John first posted this video to Instagram, Luna had no idea what Sesame Street was. This is her first time watching it and knowing how freaking epic it is." Teigen is pregnant and expecting her second child with Legend in June. She said at a conference in February that she's worried but prepared for the possibility of having postpartum depression again following her son's birth. John Cena tweeted about hardship and loss on Monday following news that the WWE superstar and Nikki Bella are splitting up after 6 years together. Cena said, "Hardship, loss, and humility are extremely difficult waters to navigate, but perseverance through them builds a strength to withstand anything life throws your way." Bella announced the split on Twitter Sunday. She wrote, "After much contemplation and 6 years of being together, Nikki Bella and John Cena announced today their decision to separate as a couple. While this decision was a difficult one, we continue to have a great deal of love and respect for one another. We ask that you respect our privacy during this time in our lives." The former WWE power couple were recently seen sharing a kiss on the red carpet for Cena's latest film, Blockers. Cena famously proposed to Bella in the middle of a WWE ring last year at WrestleMania 33. Cena on Sunday posted a quote on Instagram from poet Walt Whitman that reads, "We were together, I forget the rest." Cena then posted a photo of Simpsons character Comic Book Guy alongside his catchphrase, "Worst day ever." Kim Zolciak says she had enough of her feud with Nene Leakes. The 39-year-old television personality apologized to Leakes in an Instagram post Sunday following part 2 of the Real Housewives Atlanta Season 10 reunion. Zolciak wrote, "I am so sorry for what has happened at Nene Leakes. We both know the truth. We both know that if I wanted to, I could have a lawsuit for the lies you have spewed. Tweeting out fake texts implying I'm a racist, attacking me physically, claiming my daughter tweeted negative about you and your home. We both know these are lies." She added, "I've reacted to it publicly, and for that I am sorry. I should have risen above it. I personally will no longer engage with you on social media and perpetuate the hate. I'm asking you to do the same. We're grown women with families. Enough is enough." The star said, "I want us to move on. If you continue this, it will be because you are attempting to stay on the show and stay relevant, and that's on you." Zolciak and Leakes have been feuding since Zolciak's daughter Brielle Bryman posted a video in October of alleged cockroaches in Leakes' home. Zolciak denied she's racist in March after Leakes suggested as much on Real Housewives. Zolciak said on Watch What Happens Live, the video was made in good jest. She added, "I'm definitely not a racist. I don't associate roach, whatever spider, whatever with race in my mind." Zolciak, who has appeared in 7 seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, said Saturday to TMZ she is done with the Bravo series. She said, "Never, never too much stress, unneeded stress." Brandi, Glanville, and LeAnn Rimes made peace Saturday after years of feuding. Glanville posted a selfie on Instagram with the 35-year-old singer while celebrating son Jake's 11th birthday. Rimes married Glanville's ex-husband Eddie Cyprian in April 2011 after having an affair with the actor during his marriage to Glanville. Glanville and Rhymes were unfriendly for years but appeared to have put their history aside for the party. Glanville captioned the photo, adding a heart emoji piece in the Calabasturd hanging for Jake's birthday. Glanville shares Jake with 14-year-old Mason with Cyprian. She posted a picture with her elder son from the celebration. The television personality wrote, "Happy birthday to me, and not this big guy Mason, but my other big man, Jake. True love's my lifetime goes by so fast, enjoying your babies while you can." Glanville has said in an interview with Watch What Happens Live in March that his relationship with Cyprian and Rhymes was in a good place. The star said, "We're great. Well, I had to be because I was going to Big Brother. I'm like, can you watch my kids for this long? Now he's doing a show in Vancouver, and now I have the boys." Glanville is known for starring on the Bravo series The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Night Court actor Harry Anderson died at his home in North Carolina Monday morning at the age of 65. Asheville Police Department responded to Anderson's home and found him dead at 6:41 a.m., Public Affairs Officer Christina Halsings told the Hollywood Reporter. The cause of death wasn't disclosed, but Halsings says no foul play was suspected. Anderson performed as a street magician in San Francisco when he was 17 years old and also appeared at clubs like Dante Magic Club and the Magic Castle under the stage name Harry the Hat, in reference to the trademark fedora he wore on stage. Anderson made multiple appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and Saturday Night Live before landing a recurring role on Cheers as a grifter named Harry the Hat. His time on Cheers eventually led Anderson to his most recognizable role, starring as Judge Harry Stone on Night Court beginning in 1984. Henderson was 65 years old. Gwyneth Paltrow celebrated her engagement at a star-studded bash over the weekend. The 45-year-old actress and her fiancé, producer Brad Falchuk, were fiat by family and friends Saturday at the Los Angeles Theater in Los Angeles, according to E! News. Jennifer Aniston, Kate Hudson, Cameron Diaz, Reese Witherspoon, Julia Roberts, Demi Moore, Liv Tyler, Steven Spielberg, James Corden, and Chelsea Handler were among the celebrity guests. Handler captioned a clip on Instagram, "Headed to celebrate my friend's engagement." Paltrow wore a maroon dress with a one-shoulder ruffled neckline. People reported the party was very glamorous but not stuffy. A source says instead of lots of candles and fragrance flowers created a romantic atmosphere, it felt intimate and very special. You could tell that all guests were very much loved the couple. Paltrow posted a photo from her hotel room the day after the bash. She captioned the picture the morning after, #TheNoManLA. The engagement party followed Paltrow's bachelorette getaway with Diaz, Stella McCartney, and other pals in Mexico. The actress, who was previously married to Chris Martin, got engaged to Falchuk in January after more than 3 years of dating. She said at the time, we feel incredibly lucky to have come together at this juncture in our lives while our collective successes and failures can serve as building blocks for a healthy and happy relationship. Fuller House star John Stamos has announced the birth of his first child, a son. The 54-year-old actor tweeted early Monday, "From now on, the best part of me will always be my wife and my son. Welcome Billy Stamos, named after my father. #not just an uncle anymore. #overjoyed." The message accompanied a black and white photo of the baby snoozing on his dad's chest with his tiny hands on Stamos' finger. Stamos and Caitlin McHuff announced their engagement last fall and exchanged wedding vows in February. Mariah Carey has thanked fans on Instagram for their overwhelming support after the singer went public about her struggle with bipolar disorder. Carey said Sunday alongside an image of herself taking part in a photo shoot, "It's been hard at work. I've been hard at work, really feeling inspired by each of your stories and lifted by your overwhelming support." She continued, "Let's continue to encourage each other on our journeys." Carey announced that she was diagnosed with bipolar II disorder in 2001 after she was hospitalized for a physical and mental breakdown. Bipolar II disorder involves having periods of depression and experiencing hypomania, a less severe form of mania seen in bipolar I disorder. She says, "It was too heavy a burden to carry, and I simply couldn't do that anymore. I sought and received treatment. I put positive people around me, and I got back to doing what I love, writing songs and making music." She also continued by saying, "I'm just in a really good place now. Bipolar disorder does not have to define you, and I refuse to allow it to define me or control me." Kanye West returned to Twitter and recalled a moment he shared with Lamar Odom in 2016 following the NBA star's recovery from a lengthy hospital stay. West said, "My favorite part of walking into Madison Square Garden to play St. Pablo, I used to go to the hospital and play Lamar the album when he was learning to walk and talk again. Then we walked into the arena together," referencing how he arrived to his 2016 event at Madison Square Garden in New York, where he previewed his album The Life of Pablo. Odom, who was formerly married to Khloe Kardashian, the sister of West's wife Kim Kardashian, was discovered unconscious in a Las Vegas brothel in October 2015, which led to his hospitalization. Odom and Khloe finalized their divorce in December 2016 after splitting in 2013. West's return to Twitter also included the rapper posting his favorite St. Pablo tour t-shirt that featured Caitlyn Jenner commenting on existing consciousness, posting a neck tattoo design featuring the names of his two-year-old son with Kim, St. West, and posting shoe designs. Khloe recently gave birth to her first child, a baby girl, with NBA star Tristan Thompson, who reportedly cheated on Khloe during her pregnancy. Odom previously said about Khloe, "She took care of me. She'll be a good mother. For real, she's a good woman." Jason Aldean described Monday on Ellen how meeting survivors of the Vegas shooting that left 58 people dead has given him a different outlook on life. Aldean was in the middle of a performance when the shooting started during the Route 91 Harvest Country Music Festival in October. The country star said to Ellen DeGeneres Monday while talking about the incident, "It was tough to go back and see people in the hospital, some of them in comas and things like that. It was rough, one of the hardest things I probably ever had to do." He continued, "Seeing them and the strength they had, just happy to be alive and make it through that, allowed me to look at it in a different light too. If these people can make it back and have that sort of attitude, I've got nothing to be whining about." The 41-year-old also told DeGeneres there was confusion when the shooting started, with himself not knowing exactly what was going on. Aldean had said on social media at the time following the shooting, "It hurts my heart that this would happen to anyone who was just coming out to enjoy what should have been a fun night. Hashtag heartbroken, hashtag stop the hate." Aldean won big at the 53rd Annual Academy of Country Music Awards Sunday, taking home the evening's top honor, Entertainer of the Year. Also, Chris Stapleton and Miranda Lambert were also the big winners at the 53rd Annual Academy Country Music Awards ceremony in Las Vegas Sunday night. Reba McEntire hosted the gala, which aired live on CBS. Stapleton was named Male Vocalist of the Year and took home Album of the Year prize for From a Room Volume 1. Stapleton wasn't able to attend the event, however, because his wife Morgan had given birth to their sons and the family was home in Nashville. McEntire told the crowd, "Those little rascals came a little bit early, hot off the press, twin boys." Miranda Lambert won the award for Female Vocalist of the Year, and her record Tin Man was voted Song of the Year. Sam Hunt's Body Like a Back Road won for Single Record of the Year, and the prize for Vocal Event of the Year went to Keith Urban and Carrie Underwood for The Fighter. Old Dominion won the trophy for Vocal Group of the Year. Carrie Underwood debuted her new song, Cry Pretty, at the 53rd Academy of Country Music Awards Gala in Las Vegas Sunday night. This was the first time the 35-year-old singer publicly performed since she fell on the steps outside her home in November, breaking her wrist and sustaining a gash on her face that took more than 40 stitches to close. People magazine said Underwood was emotional when she returned to the stage moments after her ACM performance to collect the trophy for Vocal Event of the Year, which she shared with Keith Urban for their duet The Fighter. Urban told Underwood about her comeback performance, "You just knocked it out of the park." Underwood replied, "Thank you for having me. I'm still kind of like shaking right now. Thank you." Eminem closed the first weekend of the 2018 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival by performing with two of his longtime collaborators, Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. Eminem, who took the stage Sunday at the event at the Empire Polo Club in California, also performed with Baby Rayha, who filled in for Rihanna on The Monster, and Skylar Grey, who filled in for Dido on Stan, for Beyonce on Walk on Water, and for Rihanna, Love the Way You Lie. The rapper then brought out 50 Cent to perform Patiently Waiting from 50 Cent's debut album Get Rich or Die Trying, before launching into 50 Cent's I Get Money and In the Club. Dr. Dre entered the performance as Eminem was rapping to Real Slim Shady and followed the lyrics, "And doctor said nothing, you idiots. Dr. Dre's dead. He's locked in my basement." The pair then still performed Dr. Dre's songs Still Dre, Medicine Man, Forget About Dre, Nothing But a G Thing, and California Love. Eminem, before his headline set, opened up a pop-up restaurant in Coachella named Mom's Spaghetti after a famous lyric from his song Lose Yourself. The 45-year-old had previously opened up a Mom's Spaghetti at his hometown in Detroit, posted on Twitter images of the food from Coachella. Kendrick Lamar has become the first non-classical, non-jazz artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for Music for his 2017 album Damn. The prize listing describes Lamar's record, which documents the complexities of growing up in his hometown of Compton, as a virtuosic song collection unified by its vernacular authenticity and rhythmic dynamism that offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of modern African-American life. Released almost exactly a year and featured credits from Rihanna, U2, James Blake, and ironically giving the milestone jazz saxophone to Kamasi Washington, Damn has been described as the most compact successor to Lamar's experimental, often complex sophomore record, 2015's To Pimp a Butterfly. It sold 353,000 copies in its first week according to Billboard. That's not including streams. Overall, it racked up 603,000 album equivalent units and went platinum earlier this month, the third of his records to do so. Like Butterfly before, Damn garnered Lamar an Album of the Year nomination and the award for Best Rap Album at the 60th Grammy Awards this year. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1960, Eddie Cochran dies and Gene Vincent is injured in a UK car accident. Eddie Cochran, the man behind Summertime Blues and Come On Everybody, was killed on this date in 1960 when the taxi carrying him from a show in Bristol, England, crashed en route to the airport in London, where he was catching a flight back home to the United States. A raw and exciting rocker with a cocky, rebellious image, Eddie Cochran was very different from the polished and packed idols being heavily marketed to American teenagers in the years between the rise of Elvis Presley and the arrival of the Beatles. And while he may have faded from popular memory in the years since his tragic and early death, his biggest hits had not. Cochran was on a brilliant and triumphant concert tour of Britain in the spring of 1960, a tour that had been extended 10 weeks beyond its scheduled run due to intense demand for tickets. In America, a tamer brand of pop was in fashion, exemplified by the likes of Frankie Avalon, Paul Anka, and Bobby Darin. In England, however, harder edge rhythm and blues artists and rock and rollers like Eddie Cochran and his tour mate Gene Vincent of Bebopalula fame were far more popular. Theirs was the kind of music that the future members of the British invasions were listening to in the late 50s and early 60s. It was Bebopalula, in fact, that John Lennon was playing at the 1957 Garden Party where he first met Paul McCartney, and it was Cochran's 20 Flight Rock that Paul taught John to play that same afternoon, shortly after being invited to join Lennon's Quarrymen. At least one Beatle, George Harrison, saw Eddie Cochran in Liverpool during his final tour, and both his guitar playing and stage persona made a strong impression. Harrison later recalled he was standing at the microphone. As he started to talk, he put his two hands through his hair, pushing it back, and a girl, one lone voice, screamed out, "Oh, Eddie," and he coolly murmured into the mic, "Hi, honey." I thought, yes, that is rock and roll. Gene Vincent was traveling alongside Eddie Cochran in the cab to London after what would prove to be Cochran's final performance. Tour manager Patrick Tompkins and Eddie's fiancée, songwriter Sharon Seeley, were also in the Ford console that was later estimated to have been traveling in excess of 60 miles per hour through a dark and winding section of the two-lane A4 in the village of Chippenham. Gene Vincent would break a leg and walk with a limp for the rest of his life, but only beyond that, the only serious injuries among the passengers were Eddie Cochran's. Having been thrown from the vehicle when it smashed into the light post, Cochran sustained a serious head injury. He died in a hospital in Bath in the early hours of April 17, 1960. Also on this date in 2002, ABC airs the 10,000th episode of the daytime drama General Hospital, the network's longest-running soap opera and the longest-running program ever produced in Hollywood. Created by Frank and Doris Hersley, General Hospital premiered on April 1st, 1963. It was set in the fictional town of Port Charles in upstate New York and focused on the lives and loves of the staff working in the town's General Hospital. Prominent characters include the show's early days included Dr. Steve Hardy, played by John Bernardino, and Nurse Audrey March, played by Rachel Ames. On the same day General Hospital debuted, ABC's rival network, NBC, launched its own medical soap opera, The Doctors. Both networks were attempting to capitalize on the success of primetime medical dramas such as Dr. Kildare and Ben Casey. General Hospital set a new standard for daytime soap operas by introducing dramatic action adventure plot lines into the complicated mix of family and romantic issues that were the usual bread and butter of soaps at the time. Still, by the late 1970s, the show's ratings had dropped to the point where it seemed on the brinks of cancellation. In general, ratings for daytime soap operas were declining, a development some attributed to the fact that growing numbers of women, the target audience for its genre since the first of its kind, CBS's Guiding Light debuted in 1952, weren't entering the workforce and weren't home during the day. In 1978, Gloria Monty took the reins as executive producer of General Hospital. In a few short years, the show had become the number one daytime drama, largely by captivating growing numbers of teenage audiences. One of the big secrets of the show's new success was viewers' fascination with the romance of the super couple Luke Spencer and Laura Weber, known to millions of fans as simply as Luke and Laura, played by Anthony Geary and Jeannie Francis. After bad boy Luke stole Laura from her loyal husband Scotty Baldwin, played by Ken Schnerner, their 1981 wedding became the most watched event in soap opera history. Luke and Laura divorced on the show in 2001 after 20 years of marriage. With great fanfare, they remarried in the fall of 2006. In the 10,000th episode of General Hospital, Nurse Audrey received a medal commemorating her 10,000 days of service. Rachel Ames departed the show in 2007, and the longest-running character in General Hospital is Schreiner's Scotty Baldwin, who was introduced in 1965. Among the most famous performers to appear on General Hospitals over the years are Demi Moore, who got her start on the show, and Rick Springfield, who became a pop star due to his soap opera fame. Other General Hospital veterans include John Stamos, Jack Wagner, and Ricky Martin. Elizabeth Taylor, made a longtime fan of the show, made a cameo appearance in 1981. One General Hospital spinoff, Port Charles, ran from 1997 to 2003. Another General Hospital's Night Shift premiered in 2007. In recent years, General Hospital has been praised for its treatment of such sensitive issues as HIV, AIDS, and sexual abuse of children. Chosen by TV Guide as the all-time best daytime soap, the show won a record-breaking 10th Emmy Award for Best Daytime Drama in June 2008. And as your entertainment report for Tuesday, April 17th, 2018. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.